10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's good, my ghouls and goblins? Welcome back to another weekly edition of your live streaming horror movie podcast, Really Scared. You gotta love it. The Really Trivia Showdown intro. We've got a lot of great stuff coming up there. You don't already know. If you haven't been watching our Really Trivia Showdown, Matt put it up yesterday on his Twitter. He was saying some of the best content that's coming to this channel so far can be found in that Trivia Showdown. It's exclusive to our YouTube channel. It's not a live streaming show. We do pre-record and edit and do all the post magic and stuff like that. But it's on our YouTube channel. If you haven't been following it along, I recommend checking that out because we have our first ever trivia championship match tomorrow night. And I won't get too deep into it. I won't be cutting any promos or anything tonight. But yes, it's true. My client, the Rager, is taking on Matt, the Master Thomas, in what is guaranteed to be a totally one-sided battle. Yeah, I'm pretty confident in my guy. But go check that out tomorrow, 6 p.m., 7 p.m. You'll also get to meet all the new personalities that are joining in sort of our second season, our second maybe bracket. I don't know what you'd call it. But our second season of trivia competition, you'll get to meet the new personalities that will be joining us moving forward as well. So a lot of great stuff on this channel and our YouTube tomorrow night. That being said, I'm not here to talk about trivia, not tonight. I'm here to talk about the creepy stuff, the spooky stuff, the chills and thrills. And I can't do that. I couldn't even conceive of doing that if I didn't have my main man, the almighty Connor Breedlove, by my side.
How's it going? Freshly shaved.
He's looking real smooth. Last week we saw a slick Adam Wassell. This week we're seeing a very smooth Breedlove.
Yeah, it's very weird. I'm not used to it. So seeing myself, I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. Why did I do this?
A very nubile, fresh. Dude, the shaving is tough. I've not gone clean shaven for any reason other than the sake of a Halloween costume in probably the last 4 years.
It was just getting itchy, and I was like, yeah, I gotta do it.
It's tough. It gets itchy, and it is tough if you're wearing masks, as everyone should be. If you're wearing a mask, I know it's a fun little game I play with myself when I take it off at the end of the workday, see how many mustache hairs are sticking out of the mask.
Yeah, whenever I put on a mask, like my mustache would just go like right into my nose.
It doesn't help. It's already an uncomfortable scenario. It doesn't help. Got a little gristle in here, but
I'm ready for a good show.
He's ready. He's looking slick, looking smooth. He's ready. Just you and I tonight. A real classic, Really Scared. A real traditional, Really Scared. It seems like.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to that. Sometimes you got to get back to the basics. A nice, chill night talking about some Drew Ghoul type shit. Before we get started, I'm the plug master. I want to let everybody know. Maybe you've peeked in the
my God.
Plug master on the screen. I gotta let everybody know. Maybe you've peeped our merch store before. I'm gonna throw the link to that in the chat right now, so you can just click it real easily. Maybe you've peeped our merch store before. We're kind of refining it right now. You get a little excited when you get to make merch and you go, I want to see my logo on everything conceivable. So just put it all out there. We're kind of condensing a little bit, making it a little easier to browse. Even more importantly, not only is it easier to browse and find what you want, but the prices have gone down, baby. We slashed those prices. So you can get your Watt swag. I apologize to anybody who already did and paid that premium price. We salute you. You're a real one. But if you haven't yet, now is the time to go check that out. We got all sorts of great, really scared stuff. We got all sorts of really trivia stuff with the personalities. I don't know if this coffee mug for Really Scared is still on there or not. I haven't double checked.
It is.
It is. I was going to say this is very rare. If not, it is. So you can see
get one of those.
It looks great. You can put any type of liquid in there.
Really Scared hoodies here. I'm actually on that right now. So let me.
Really Scared hoodies?
Yep. Let me scroll down to the Really Scared stuff.
Look, guys, summer's almost over. It's about to be fall. It's about to be the prime time spooky season. And you might be having a bonfire. You might be drinking a little pumpkin. You might be throwing on a little something scary. You need your hoodie. Get a Really Scared hoodie. I can't wait to get one.
Yeah, so we have the long sleeve tee.
Ooh.
We have the classic and the comfort women's tees, both at $16.99. The long sleeve tee is $19.99. We have the Really Scared fanny pack for $29.
Wow, you could carry all of your things in there. Did he freeze? So he just froze. That's on your end too.
Yes.
Okay, Matt. Sometimes you plug a little too hard. It's got to be said.
Yeah.
Sometimes
You plugged into another dimension.
Sometimes you got to be careful with how it's been said if you stick a fork in the outlet, that's not plugging. You got to have the true plug. You might get shocked. You might get frozen. This is very disturbing. I'm going to take him out of there. I'm going to let him figure out what he needs to do because he froze, but I think you got the gist of what he was saying. You can get some cool, Really Scared stuff for some great affordable prices. Get it while it's hot. And I guarantee it's scorching at the moment. So check that out. Links in the chat, all chats. Would love to see y'all out there with some Really Scared stuff. Send us pics. Send us some hot, Really Scared pics. We'll put them on stream. We'll tell you how handsome or beautiful you look. I'm not above that. Check it out.
Cool merch reviews.
Cool merch reviews. Yes. Again, and then this is, you can't beat this. We got stickers, I believe. It's great. It's great. And it's refined and it's easy to shop and it's affordable. So check that out. All right. You know what? I didn't put my banner up. To set what we were doing tonight. Here you go. Tonight's show. We got a great show as we always do here on Really Scared. We're going to be talking about the latest and greatest in horror movie news. Not a ton of news this week, which is okay. Sometimes it's for the best because gives us more room to get a little freaky as the night continues. We got a couple trailers to chat on. And then, yes, we've got in our review discussions 2 movies. Oh. Ah!
Sorry, I accidentally hit the power cord of my computer, the power supply, power strip that my computer is connected to. So that's what happened there.
We've gone mobile. We've got Matt Thomas' second unit on the screen.
Yeah, backup.
All done mobile with the weird aspect ratio.
This is sort of reflective of a film we'll be talking about this evening called Host.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Where all sorts of technical difficulties or supernatural difficulties occurred during a particularly cursed Zoom call. We'll be talking about that film, a Shudder exclusive, and we'll also be talking about Relic, the latest from IFC Midnight, which has been getting, I think, a lot of a buzz and attention as well. So we've got 2 hot, big, new horror movies to discuss.
Yeah. But
You
yeah,
got anything for us, Matt?
all I was gonna say is, as I was saying before, my toes hit the power button. Oh, good, my internet's popping back up. Yeah, the most expensive piece of merch on the site now is $25. That's it, and that's for the hoodie. That's it. You just got to pay the tax and shipping, and you're good to go again. So there's that. And
You gotta have the hoodie.
it looks like my StreamYard is about to be up and running again, so I'm gonna pop off here and hop on there. So yeah, see you guys in like 5 seconds.
Keep them both going.
Yeah, keep them both going.
The more the better.
Nah.
All right. He'll pop up. We'll have another Thomas jump scare eventually, it sounds like. And until then, let's hop into our news. Let's talk about the best spooky stuff of the week. Well, I set it up that way. We got to start out with something that's not quite so good and not the best. And pretty sad, honestly. I was kind of sad to see this, but we did. There he is. We got Thomas in the second frame. What's this?
God.
Oh no, we can't call this soon.
No.
We've got Breedlove's second unit.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
We've got B-roll Breedlove. I had to mute the second unit because I know that'll sound like a disaster.
Yeah.
And this will definitely be incomprehensible to all our audio listeners on iTunes, Spotify, and SoundCloud, who have no visual information to go off of. But we're looking at two Breedloves, and one is very strange looking.
Yes.
One is very close.
The pseudonym himself.
We have a lot to talk about today, so it's
Yeah.
just going to be a weird episode.
I thought it was just going to be myself and Connor, but I've actually got two Connors. Never been done before. All right. All right, we've lost our second.
Oh, God.
All right, let's talk about some news. Some unfortunate news first, because you gotta start it off with the unfortunate and work your way through it. But we did have to unfortunately say goodbye to one legend, Mr. Wilford Brimley, this week. You hate to see that. I was pretty sad to see this. You know, it's weird because I feel like Wilford Brimley is one of those guys who's been perpetually old for like 30 years. Been an old guy, so he truly felt timeless and ageless. I was like, well, that guy's gonna be around forever because he has been around forever. But yes, Brimley, of course, of Cocoon fame, The Thing maybe his most notorious horror movie performance, but also a meme in his own right via Quaker Oats and diabetes commercials.
Diabetes.
I feel like he's most well known for the diabetes thing, but a legend, a true cowboy. You know what I saw most recently with Wilford Brimley was his Ewok film.
Oh, God.
You know, it seems like I'm the one who brings it back to Star Wars, but it's not every day you watch the Wilford Brimley Ewok movie. You got to find your spot to bring that up. You guys ever seen that movie? Matt's out. Connor, you ever seen the Wilford Brimley Ewok movie?
Nope.
Recommend it. It's pretty much. It's kind of a crying shame.
It's a TV movie. Do not watch that horrid piece of shit.
So
Very
watch
brief.
it and have it quickly become my favorite Star Wars movie.
I mean, watch it if you're on acid, I guess. That's probably the only way it's enjoyable.
He is on G Fuel, so that's close enough. Am I right?
Yeah. I'm doing the deadly combination of G Fuel and 9.5%.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Beer.
Taylor and I, who were able to get to that G Fuel almost whenever we want, and Connor, who's got to hit one of us up for it.
Yeah, I'm running low on my supply, and
You got to find a G Fuel guy, you know?
yeah, I have to find the plug. I don't want to order it because the shipping and
It's ridiculous.
is outrageous.
Yeah,
I'm double for what I'm buying.
with that USPS slowdown, man, you'll probably get it 3 weeks later.
I'm really begging if anybody's watching and they have the plug, if they have any connections with G Fuel, I will sell the shit out of G Fuel on this channel.
It's true.
From day one, episode 1, I've been a huge supporter of G Fuel. Can't do the show without it. Sponsor us. Give me a pallet of G Fuel.
Give me a pallet of G Fuel. That's his slogan. Really scared. Give me a pallet of G Fuel.
I don't think. I'm pretty sure if Connor got a pallet of G Fuel, he'd have to be going to a funeral about 2 weeks later.
G Fuel, so good, you'll want a pallet.
with Really Scared coupon code, you get 20% off your first pallet.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Pallet subscription service.
They'll be bigger than Bang. They'll be selling pallets.
Bigger than
Those pallets are going to be pretty heavy with all that lead.
It is under the USD recommended amount.
It's got less lead than is lethal, but more lead than most drinks.
Okay.
What are you gonna do? Rest in peace, Wilford Brimley.
Yes, rest in peace, Wilford Brimley.
Rest in peace.
Have you ever seen Cocoon, Connor?
Yes, I have seen Cocoon.
I've never actually seen Cocoon.
I think I've seen it like once.
We have to do a watch along of Cocoon.
We got a few watch alongs we got to do. I know Chris he wants to get settled in, and then he's up for that Us one, which we're gonna have to send him some booze because drunk Chris in a horror movie seems like the best combination.
Well, I would love to do a watch along for Cocoon, and I know you guys have been planning an alcoholic watch along of Star Trek: The Motion Picture. I would submit we should have a watch along of an alcoholic watch along of Wilford Brimley's Ewok film.
Yeah.
No, that's nearly impossible to find, sir.
A crying shame that it's not on Disney Plus, and if they don't put it up this week in his honor, they're a bunch of cowards. I know they got the rights to it. It's sitting in the Disney vault, right around with Walt's head. Get it out of that vault.
So is the Star Wars Christmas special, but you don't see me plugging that, even though I watch it every Christmas.
And so is all 39 episodes of Star Wars Detours. Moving on. Some good news. We got some good news.
Yeah, we got fantastic news.
I know my man Connor's excited about this. Courtney Cox.
Yes! Yes.
Officially returning as the legendary Gale Weathers for the new Scream film. And of course, she had to. Again, it's like if she's not coming back, if Arquette doesn't come back, if Nev Campbell doesn't come back, then don't make the movie, And I think it's interesting that I still don't think Nev Campbell has officially confirmed she's back yet.
I thought she was one of the first.
All three are officially signed on and coming back.
They are all officially back. Okay.
Yeah. It was like moments after Courtney Cox signed on that it was announced that all three of them have been signed on.
Okay, excellent. And I know Matthew Lillard's out here publicly saying, I want to get back somehow.
They could easily bring him in. They could easily say he didn't die.
Yeah, he's been in serial killer protection program or something.
Something like that.
Well, I forget. How did he die in the second one?
My man, you give us a follow. We would love to follow you.
He didn't die in the second one. He was stabbed by Sydney's boyfriend in the first one at the end.
He was one of the original Ghostface.
Yeah, I knew he was one of the
Setting it
original.
up to make it look like Sydney's dad went crazy.
Yeah, no. I would like Lillard to come back, not only because that would be great, but man, Lillard deserves the love. They pushed him out of Scoob. Bring him in here.
Matthew Lillard, like his fame
He's an American treasure.
right now, like his fan base is probably bigger than it ever has been, like since the 90s.
Yeah.
So bringing him on would be the smartest pull. Like everybody on Twitter loves him. You had the Shaggy meme, from
years
ago.
That Shaggy mean still goes strong. Let's be honest.
Yeah. So does Shaggy.
Yeah, he's fantastic on Good Girls. Just bring him back.
What do you think?
So smart.
Connor, you're probably the biggest Scream fan I know. What would be like your hope or your thoughts on what this movie should be? Whether from like a specific story standpoint or just like what you would hope to receive from this film. I feel like
I really don't know. I don't know where they would go with it, considering how the fourth one ended. I don't know what they could do.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what they are going to do, but I have faith because everybody's coming back. If they can somehow bring Matthew Lillard back, the directors behind it are fantastic. I was worried about it without Wes Craven, rest in peace. But you got the directors from Ready or Not, which was fantastic and was reminiscent of that Wes Craven wit and meta humor.
Yeah.
Ready or Not was actually one of my favorite films of last year. It was a surprise.
They fit the what are what's their like director name? Like Radio something? Radio Silence?
Yeah, they're
Something
like
like
duo
that.
name.
Yeah. Yeah, they're great, and I think they fit that Wes Craven style mold. So I have I have faith in it.
They have a great team behind this. So of course you're going to miss the master, but I think they got the right team behind it. Do you think they're going to kill off any of the original three? They've survived through all of them.
Based on Ready or Not, how unpredictable that was, and like anybody was on the chopping block, I think it's possible one of the original dies.
I feel like
I'd be surprised if it's Dewey because he escapes certain deaths in every single one.
Right.
In all four of them, he gets like stabbed or wounded, and you're like, oh, he's dead, and then he pops back up a few scenes later, and he's like, oh, I'm not dead.
Yeah. It feels like the kind of model with these when you bring these dust off these franchises after a while. It's like, all right, we're back, but we're going to show you we're serious because we're going to kill somebody you care about and love a lot.
Yeah.
And get you invested that way. I feel like this new Halloween. I was gonna say later this year. That makes me so sad. Later next year, I feel like maybe Jamie Lee doesn't make it out. We'll see. But
you don't think she makes it until the third one?
I thought they confirmed she was a part of the cast for the third one.
Oh, I don't know. To me, I was just like Halloween Kills. I feel like the title. I don't know. I've got this feeling like she'll die at the end, and then like the last one will be Judy Greer and her daughter.
See, my money was on Judy Greer dying, and then that way both mother and daughter have something to fuel them.
Maybe. It feels like somebody's doomed in that movie.
Yes.
Obviously, somebody's doomed. I feel like one of the main characters is. I don't know. Maybe Scream will do the same thing. They obviously haven't said like, "Oh, we're making 3 more after this." If there's just the one, maybe everybody survives. But I was saying the same thing about the Jurassic World movies. I'm like, I feel like one of our heroes is going to bite it in this new one, but we'll see. They love dusting off our heroes and murdering them, and we pay to see it. Not a lot of movie delays to talk about this week, which is the first time that's happened. It feels like months, but we do have one. Antebellum not only delayed but completely yanked off the Lionsgate release schedule. Oh, this is breaking news to me. I see somebody's added my notes.
On the notes.
I'm just now seeing his notes. It's headed to VOD in September.
Yep.
Wow. So that completely axes my discussion of whether they would do that.
Yeah. I got. That was earlier today. It got sent to VOD.
All right. Well, you've heard it here first, or at least I just did. Antebellum's going to VOD in September, and I'm not surprised to hear that.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna rush out to theaters to see this. I mean, earlier before everything happened, I was gonna see it. I was pretty excited for it, but now it's at the bottom of my list to rush out to theaters. I mean, really, at this point, this year, Tenet will probably be the only one that I'll be cautious about, and like wear a hazmat suit. Even then, I'm gonna look at drive-ins.
Exactly. I was just gonna say, I hope this still gets that drive-in adjacent release.
That'd be cool if it gets sent to like drive-ins simultaneously with the VOD. Because I'll go see that drive-in. That'll be cool.
Yeah. I think this is the fate that a lot of these mid-budget movies are just gonna have to come to. I mean, like we even see the blockbusters having to kind of figure. Obviously, Mulan's doing this Disney Plus,
which we'll talk about Sunday.
Yes, which I'm sure we'll get a proper discussion on Real Talk. So I think we're seeing the studios and distributors finally just kind of get real and understand the circumstances and go, yeah, probably not getting that theater release. And now we know for sure Antebellum's not getting that theater release, which is a shame. From everybody makes a movie and thinks it's going to play in theaters and get a wide release, and people are going to check it out as you wanted to see it. So a shame, but I at least we don't have to wait till next year. I guess that's the silver lining is we'll actually watch that movie in 2020, and that'll give us an avenue to talk about it at full length.
We're having a review. Like this will be like the first like big horror movie that we talked about.
Because Candyman's no, you're right. Never mind, you're right.
Yeah.
And no, wait, no, New Mutants. They even said today because the majority of theaters are opening by August 28th.
And we're not talking about it right now.
I'm talking about review wise. New Mutants could happen before this. I'm just saying.
Well, look, I would definitely love to review New Mutants on this show. I would also love to go to the moon. We'll see what happens. This one was kind of exciting to see. I guess Blumhouse is doing an adaptation of Stephen King's novel Firestarter. There you see little cute Drew Barrymore from the original film, the original adaptation. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is this the first time? I definitely should have looked this up. Is this the first time Blumhouse has adapted Stephen King?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, that feels like kind of a big deal, right? Those two worlds crossing over. You know, Stephen King's obviously like the most adapted author maybe of all time. I would say probably certainly of all time. And Blumhouse has been pretty much the lead camp on horror movies of the last decade. Feels like kind of a big deal. Those two things are talking to each other. It's coming from director Keith Thomas, who's putting out a horror movie this year called The Vigil. Not out yet. Looking forward to hearing more about that. And it's written by Scott Teems, who wrote Halloween Kills. So we got some horror heads on board. Said Stephen King himself signed off on the script and director. But we'll be honest, I love Stephen King. He does that shit all the time. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be good. He thought the Dark Tower movie was great, or at least he tweeted that it was.
90 minutes of bullshit.
Hey, if it's good enough for Steve, I can't pretend like it ain't good enough for me, you know? That's great. I'm looking forward to a little pyromaniac child movie from Blumhouse.
Yeah. I like Stephen King. I'll check it out.
Yeah, there's nothing to be upset about in this. Also, so this one I didn't get as excited for. I told Connor I was watching him update our notes in real time, and it was saying, "Oh, there's going to be a series adaptation of Guillermo del Toro's Mimic, his film Mimic." And I was like, "Oh, who's going to make it?" And then I saw the words Paul W. And I was like, "Oh no, S. Anderson." Paul W.S. Anderson is producing a Mimic TV show from the same short story by Donald A. Wollheim. Film, of course, or the series, of course, about genetically engineered insects who evolve and can mimic human beings and hunt them down, and the fight to stop them and kill them, these horrible abominations. Anderson's going to produce the series and direct the pilot episode. Now, actually, I've never seen any of the Mimic films. Have you seen them, Connor? No,
I have not.
I have not either. I'm kind of curious to go and check it out. It looks like a big old bug. For the audio listeners, there's a big old bug on the screen. Seems to be pursuing a young man.
How'd you get that photo of me?
I'm sorry. I keep staring at Connor because it's so weird not to see him with any facial hair.
It's a fresh young man.
I know, but when he's also talking about shaving his head soon, so I'm like, I thought he'd keep the beard.
I'm waiting until my facial hair grows back out before I shave my head.
Okay.
If you shaved your head and face, you would just be like the human hot dog.
No, he'd be like those little things where you take the pencil shavings with the magnet tip pen and bring it on top of it.
All right.
Yeah, I Paul W.S. Anderson ain't a name that inspires confidence from me. Normally, Connor, I know you get down with some Resident Evil, though. Is this true?
I have some guilty pleasures with the Resident Evil movies.
Yeah, which I think is what maybe they're intended to really be.
They're so silly.
Yeah. I gotta believe he's privy to the fact that they're so ridiculous. I don't think that's by accident.
Great slow motion scenes. That's really it.
And look, I've said on this show, I love that Event Horizon. It feels like night and day when you compare that to like anything else he's made.
Yeah,
but that must have come from somewhere inside him. I haven't seen.
He's got a new movie coming out with his wife, Mila Jovovich.
Yeah, the Monster Hunter movie. That's the next question. Is Mila in this? Do you think she finds the spot?
Oh, Mila is definitely in this.
Will she be a bug?
No, she'll be the main character.
Well, I guess you could be the main character and also be a bug, because it sounds like these bugs.
That is true.
Oh yeah, true.
A bug could mimic Mila.
You think you would be a bug?
It's a question that always needs to be asked.
She already looks like one, so.
Oh no, that's just rude. She's a very pretty woman.
I'm sorry, but like I can't stand her as an I can't stand her as an actress. There are two performances of all of her performances I care about, and it's just barely. And that is Fifth Element and He Got Game. And I barely like those performances.
Well, that's fair. I'm trying to think of anything that she's done other than those and Resident Evil.
She was the alien in Signs.
In Signs? I was like, you about to hit me with some Easter egg knowledge? She was the alien in Signs.
My favorite thing to do is just tell people like
the fourth kind, whatever that is.
Were the
fourth kind.
Yeah, she was in Fourth Kind, which actually scared the shit out of me.
You know what? The Fourth Kind scared me a lot too, and I was so mad when I got out and Googled the Fourth Kind and found out all of it was made up.
Yeah, same.
Oh, you want to know her last film that she was really known for is part of the reason I have no confidence in her acting ability whatsoever, and it's semi-horror-ish related. It's that fucking shitty Hellboy reboot.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, she was the blood queen.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess that does speak to her ability as an actor and her performances that I keep going, oh yeah, she wasn't bad.
She was in Zoolander too.
I never saw Zoolander. I missed that.
Zoolander?
Nobody ever said anything that made me think, I need to get on that.
Oh,
she was in the 2011 Three Musketeers.
Which
that exists?
Yeah, it was directed by Paul W.S. Anderson.
Oh, shoot.
Yep. She was in Ultraviolet.
Oh, yeah. Was that W.S. Anderson?
No.
I think she was the alien queen in AVP. Am I correct?
No, you're thinking of Signs.
You're right. I always mix up.
No, you're right. That was AVP. I'm thinking of Daniel Day-Lewis was the alien in Signs.
Yeah, I heard he purposely developed a water allergy for that part. He can't drink water.
Yeah, he got really into it.
He can drink G Fuel though.
Yeah,
and he does use our coupon code to get a monthly pallet sent to him. I mean, he needs it. He can't drink water. He needs all the G Fuel.
So
Taylor, G Fuel with though.
More G Fuel.
All right. She's probably been in 4 good movies her entire career, and they're all
golden.
They're all good.
Hold on. These 4 movies are all back to back to back to back. So you have Dazed and Confused, The Fifth Element, and He Got Game. Those are all bunched together as 4 of her first movies.
It's a good run.
That's 4 through 7. So yeah. Then after that is when we started getting the other.
That's
stuff.
when we met Alice.
Well, she was in Zoolander also, the first Zoolander.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Mila's been around longer than I remember, or realize.
and she's been killing it since.
Amen. And I can't wait to see her become a bug.
I can't wait to see her as a big old bug.
Big old hot bug.
No.
Speaking of hot bugs, look at this one. Ryan Reynolds. A dish, if I've ever seen one. A hubba hubba. Universal is developing a new Ryan Reynolds picture called Everyday Parenting Tips. Adapted from a short story from The New Yorker by Simon Rich, follows a family during an event called The Great Monster Uprising. And it's also got Lord and Miller signed on to produce. This sounds like a great team. I don't know. It sounds like a fun time.
We talk about Guillermo del Toro being like just signing on to all these projects and just has a long list of stuff being produced. I'd put Ryan Reynolds up there too. It seems like we hear something he's attached to like a few times a month.
Yeah, I feel like in a post Deadpool world, everybody just like every studio exec was like, people love Reynolds. They love his thing. He's so snarky and self-deprecating, but also he's the most beautiful man alive. How can you be beautiful but also self-deprecating? Give him every project, you know?
He's going to do Clue, the remake of Clue.
That's news to me. Wow.
Yeah.
Jason Bateman was going to direct, but he backed out due to Ozark, but he might sign back on.
because of coronavirus pushing everything back. Oh yeah, this is. Oh wait, never mind. There was some Blumhouse news that I saw the other day that I'm trying to find.
We've got three guys. I'll see anything Ryan Reynolds does. He's great.
Don't forget, he was the Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, and he was Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, and look, not everybody could have pulled that off.
No.
But Reynolds brought the gravitas it took to make me care more about that little crime-fighting Pikachu than just about anybody I've ever known in my personal life.
I'll agree. I'll agree.
This sounds fun. The like full-on synopsis of it was mentioning like very Cthulhian type beasts, like a giant mouth in the sky that eats souls, and cosmic horror monsters that have become like normalized parts of everyday life. And you just tell your kids like, well, they're definitely Lovecraftian beasts in the world, but like they probably won't kill you. And it just sounds fun, like a fun family adventure movie with horrifying beasts in it. So that's on brand for me. We're probably like 10 years out from watching this, the way that the entertainment industry is moving, but a promising start so far. And wow, I got to look at my notes more carefully before we start the show, because there's something else in here I didn't see. So I don't have a cute little graphic queued up for it, but I'm told that we got Tremors 7 plot details and title, Tremors, Island Fury. Connor, this is all you. What can you tell me about Tremors Island Fury?
Basically, let's see. Hold on, give me 1 second. I did not know there were 7 of these.
Yeah, they're all in the same continuity, no reboot.
And do you know which one Leonardo DiCaprio starred in?
I don't. I know which one Kevin Bacon starred in.
Leonardo DiCaprio, if I remember correctly, was in Tremors 3. And
I think you're thinking of Critters.
It might be Critters. I might be thinking Critters.
Because I've certainly seen Tremors 3, and it's got ass blasters, but it's got no DiCaprio that I can recall. I used to love those Tremors movies as a kid. I thought ass blasters was comic gold.
Tremors Island Fury starring John Heder.
John Heder?
Yeah.
How the mighty have fallen.
Graboids are illegally taken to a new island resort by a rich playboy as a dangerous form of trophy hunting, and Burt Gummer steps up to save the day.
How's it going, Oshie Fancy? Thanks for joining us tonight.
Nice to see you again.
Coming in with the creepy emoji smile. So it sounds pretty Jurassic World, but Tremors, but Graboids.
Yeah. And then there was also breaking news today. This one I didn't have a chance to put in the notes, but it's horror related. Megan Thee Stallion is writing a screenplay for her own horror movie. Quoted saying it is going to be something that definitely blows your mind. You've never seen it before, and she is courting Jordan Peele to produce.
That's what I was thinking of that I saw earlier.
Yeah.
What?
That's out today. So yeah. How do you feel about that?
Let me tell you, she's right. I've definitely never seen a Megan Thee Stallion pen horror film before. I've certainly never seen that.
I have not.
So her setup and premise, right on the money. Really, wow, cool laptop sounds. Love that. Go ahead and quit the mail app because nobody asked you to chime in emails. Oh, my camera. Oh my God. The charm and finesse of a live podcast.
So, Megan Thee Stallion, Jordan Peele horror movie. You seeing it?
Okay, number one, if Jordan Peele is actually attached, that's
he's not attached. Yeah, Megan is
courting him. Yeah,
Megan's tweeting at him, tweeting at that monkey paw account, trying to get him on board. Well, if he gets on board, then you obviously immediately have my interest in my ticket sale. Well, there's no way I'm not watching this. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm very curious.
Okay, so it's a post COVID world, and you're at the drive-in. And on screen 1, you have Tremors 7, Island Fury with John Heater.
John Heater!
On screen 2, you have the Megan Thee Stallion. Jesus Christ. On screen 2, you have Megan Thee Stallion Jordan Peele horror movie. Which one are you buying your ticket to?
Well, let me counter your question with another question. Have you watched a Tremors film lately?
I have not watched a Tremors film since Tremors 3.
All right, so I watched the most recent Tremors movie.
Or A Cold Day in Hell.
The one I watched was Tremors in the Snow.
Cold Day in Hell.
Cold Day in Hell.
Yeah.
Wasn't very impressed. I think that was a good, solid Redbox rental.
Block, I'll try it.
Connor, I'm pretty sure you try anything that has horror in the genre.
We've learned this.
I'm talking about Loke's comment.
Oh, it's not popping up for me yet.
You got a Loke in the chat? I don't see him.
Loke in the chat, he said, if I dip my balls in G Fuel, my facial hair will grow back in an hour. I'll try it.
You also won't be able to have children ever in your life, I believe.
I think the science is sound, so I'll try it.
To answer your question previously, I would watch Megan Thee Stallion's horror film on screen 1. But I would hope the artistes at the drive-in would know to just put them both on the same screen. Megan Thee Stallion and John Heater's Tremors vehicle.
I'm thinking about getting a couple 6-packs of this beer.
Oh, Lord.
Maybe 2 or 3 6-packs.
Yeah. What you drinking tonight?
I'm drinking Victory Sour Monkey Sour Tripel.
Sour Monkey?
Yeah, it's very sour, very good. Gets you pretty fucked up. But I'm thinking about getting about 18 of these bad boys and doing a Tremors marathon.
Well, it was nice knowing you.
Yeah, there's no...
Sound off in the chat. Connor cute. He cute.
No, I think that's Ryan Reynolds.
No, it's for you.
No,
that's for you.
It's for you.
There is a piece of horror news that I saw that I wanted to ask you guys your opinion on that came out like shortly after the show last week. The fact that Lars Klevberg says there's still hope for a Child's Play 2 reboot.
A sequel to the reboot?
Yeah.
Movie?
Oh, yeah, I'm here for it.
Sure. I mean,
the remake reboot, I liked it a lot. I thought it was a lot of fun. So if they make it,
watched it.
It's good.
It's on Hulu. I didn't care for it.
I think it's fun.
Yeah, I don't know what the general consensus is on that. Like, did Chucky fans like it?
Okay. Liv and I, we really liked it. We thought it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Not as meh.
How's Mark Hamill?
I thought he was really creepy.
Yeah, he was creepy, but I think that was partly because of how fake that fucking doll looked.
Yeah, they made it look a little more like actual retail merchandise. Yeah.
The storyline was basically Small Soldiers meets.
Yep,
that's what it looked like from the trailers. And look, I'm all in on Small Soldiers.
Like literally,
Small Soldiers do.
I actually love Small Soldiers.
Bring Major Chip Hazard back, dude. It's his time.
Yeah, seriously. You know how many times I'll randomly think about how I had all but
right. You had the Gorgonites and the
and I had all
Commando Elite, and you just the live 12-inch talking ones
at a garage sale. And I recently I always think about how much they're worth now.
Oh yeah, they're worth a shit ton.
$400.
Really?
Yeah.
So I beat myself up a few times a month thinking about how I don't have those anymore. So I could be sitting on a cool 10 grand at this point.
I blew it, dude. I definitely gave away the Gorgonites and Chip Hazards of
Commando Elite. The Commando Elite.
Thank you. Thank you. That's a guy who plays That's a guy who plays trivia.
Who's the fat bastard? I can't remember what his name is.
Oh, do you know the actual names of the monsters?
No.
I was just about to say the monster, the one that had the rock as the hand.
No, I had him. I had
Yeah.
him. The Commando Elite, the one that was like he had the cigar.
Oh, the one who had the mohawk and cigar and
I had him.
Look, I'm not out here simping for Funko Pops too often, but where are Small Soldiers Funko Pops? How they not get to that license yet, dude? I would definitely get an Aragorn and a Chip Head.
Honestly, I will say right here, make an R-rated.
Give me a full-on horror movie sequel to Small Soldiers.
Yep.
You could make Small Soldiers 2, and you could have Small Soldiers Funko Pops come to life and kill a man.
Yes.
Yes.
Right? That's your Funko Pop.
It was set up for a sequel. Remember, Dennis Leary is like,
all right, we're going to copyright this story idea right now. So if you see that Small Soldiers 2, based around Funko Pops, is being made, you will hear from our lawyers.
Yeah, I actually gotta get going and open up Final Draft right now.
I use Celtics personally, but I get it.
That's it for our news. Yeah,
That's it for the news. I'm sorry about
that's an easy breezy news segment. We do got a couple trailers to talk about, as always. The first of which, and I'll throw the links in the chat. So if everybody wants to kind of watch along while we talk, you are going to have the tools to do that. First one we're going to talk about is for a new Ryan Murphy Netflix exclusive series called Ratched. Now, man, I really don't know how I feel about this because, so those who don't know, it is in fact a starring Sarah Paulson, and yes, it obviously coming from the American Horror Story team, and it looks very much just like American Horror Story, and it is in fact the backstory of Nurse Ratched from the classic One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest,
I'm here for it.
Which is a backstory that I never, ever asked for. So I'd like to hear what you guys think about that.
This is the reason I actually was like, I gotta get on tonight because Ratched has me excited as fuck.
Really,
I was not on board just by like. At first, I was like, okay, like Ryan Murphy's hit or miss with me. Some seasons of American Horror Story I fucking despise. Some I absolutely loved. I loved 1984.
I'm a Glee kid, and he did that, so I ain't even gonna lie.
And after reading the synopsis, and then like I didn't know it was a prequel series to One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. When I heard that, I was like, oh, nobody really asked for this, and I don't think it lends for a prequel series. But then I saw the trailer, and I was like,
yes, I want more.
I will be binging it, and we'll be talking about it. I'm sorry about that. That was a burp.
Got a little acid reflux, friend?
I got the beer burps.
Yeah, that's my thing is, so from the trailer, it doesn't look bad. It looks like American Horror Story. Maybe a little more reserved.
I as someone who has seen every season and every episode of American Horror Story, I can tell this looks more streamlined.
Yeah,
it's based on like it's focusing on all these characters. It doesn't seem like they'll be cramming in all these ideas for one anthology season.
Yeah, I would hope there's not like some reveal of aliens or Nazi gargoyles or something in there.
Let's move on from that shit.
Yeah.
It still upsets me that they didn't do anything with aliens in the second season of American Horror Story.
Yeah.
About it.
Yeah, I hope that this would be more, like you said, streamlined than American Horror Story tends to be. I don't really see the reason. What's that?
Apocalypse and 1984 were very streamlined seasons of American Horror Story. Even though Apocalypse formed 3 different seasons, it was very streamlined. They followed one storyline. They introduced like a subplot, but it was tied directly to the main storyline, and it all connected. They didn't just abandon it. And 1984, there was really no subplots. It was just one continuous storyline, and it was very good. So I feel like Ryan Murphy has heard complaints from the audiences and the fans, and I think this is going to be good. I haven't checked out Hollywood, so So I don't know.
I've heard mixed things about it. I hear it's a Riverdale-esque show, and I'm just like,
I don't know how his Netflix offerings have been to date, but this one I'm very interested in. I think it's going to be good. I love Sarah Paulson.
yes.
Yeah.
I think she gives a very creepy, just unsettling performance, especially what I've seen in the trailer. That final scene with the peach was very creepy. She's very believable. So I'm on board.
When I see this, I'm just like, well, did it need to be attached to, the iconography of Cuckoo's Nest? Like, I don't think of Cuckoo's Nest as being like this, amazing IP that's like ripe to examine. Like, you could have just made this show, and it could have been exactly as it is, most likely, and you just could have an original character.
So you don't think you're not on board for the Cuckoo's Nest universe? The Cuckoo universe.
The CNCU
universe.
Yeah, I just think it feels so unnecessary, and it feels like a real symptom of where we are in terms of entertainment and constant adaptation and recycling and rebooting, and it just I think like you said, from the trailer, I think it looks good, and I'm willing to check it out. And we definitely, obviously, we're starting with Lovecraft Country next month, but we would like to maybe week to
This
week.
month.
This month, it's August. I don't know when I exist. August 20th.
Yeah, I don't know what day or what month or what year it is anymore.
It's August. Breaking news. It's August. Yeah, so this month we're starting with Lovecraft.
And I think the first episode actually is if Alok watches it, that's supposed. The first episode the show starts the 16th, so that first episode review is also the day we're supposed to have Alok on to talk about 1BR going to Netflix.
Which I still want to officially confirm with them. So, hey, if you're still watching, Alok, sound off in the chat if you want to come back on. But yeah, maybe in September. This premieres September 18th. So, I think we can commit to taking a look at Ratchet on this show. That's obviously Netflix, so it's going to drop all at once. So, it might not be a week-to-week thing, but we'll see. We'll see. It's going to be difficult to find the time to watch a series, but we'll take a look at Ratchet one way or another, I think. And maybe I'll be made a believer.
You know what we didn't talk about on the show? What we've been watching.
Oh my God! No wonder we got through the news so fast. You're right. We didn't talk. Okay, we'll do a brief. What have you been watching after our trailers? How about that? Okay. Okay.
Wait, did we introduce the show?
Yeah.
What show is this?
Yeah, what show are we?
This is Saber Reels, right?
Oh, it's Saber Reels?
Yeah. For the audio listeners, it now looks like Star Wars.
What is Dead Dick? And where can I find it? Because I'll watch it based on what alone.
Watch Star Wars Detours?
Comments?
You see Luke's comments? I don't see them.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. He said 823 Netflix. And he said, yes, always willing to come on with you folks. Have you guys seen Dead Dicks yet?
No, I have not. It's coming in slow for me too, Taylor, so I don't know what's going on.
All right. Well,
I can now see his comment about Connor dipping his balls in G Fuel. So that's come through.
Yeah, I can see in the future.
Weird.
Well, no, because it dates it timestamps that it was whatever the real time is, so I don't know what's going on.
8:53, 1 minute ago.
See, I'm looking at 8:46. How about you, Taylor?
I see 8:40 on the dipping his balls in G Fuel.
No, I'm talking about the latest one I have is 8:46.
I don't even see that.
It's something we posted.
Well, the latest I posted 8:46.
You can find Dead Dicks on iTunes. It's amazing, 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. I will be renting this. We're buying it. We'll see. But I will watch it, and I will sound off on it, and maybe we can talk about it when you come on.
So Alok, are you going to be able to watch the first episode of Lovecraft Country before we have you on? That's the real question.
Which it should be said, we have a guest on. We don't have to just do our traditional format.
Right.
We can break format for Alok.
Right.
But if he wants to talk Lovecraft Country, I would love to talk about it with him.
I mean, that's the premiere, so
Right. What else we got?
I'll let you guys know what he says because apparently me and him are communicated via telepathy. So he says, "You're trapped in the past. Go bet on black."
You seem to have some sort of extraterrestrial connection with the Alok Mishra.
Yeah.
We also got.
He thinks he can get to Lovecraft Country, so we'll just play by ear. And if he gets to it, he gets to it. It'll be fun to talk about it.
Yep.
I'm excited to have Alok back on because he was.
For all I know, you could be making all of this up because I still see none of this. So I hope you're not fooling me.
I actually went to the Facebook page, and he's not lying. It's all there.
All right, fantastic. I think we just confirmed it live in real time. We'll be talking to Alok right here again, August 20th, and perhaps about Lovecraft Country and Dead Dicks. What else is he saying, Connor? I don't know.
Now we got Paige saying Brazil
loves you.
Big fans here.
Come to Brazil. We'll try our best. I guess I'm just not getting Facebook comments on time or something.
Yeah, that's what it is. Because I'm not either.
I'm glad we got fans in Brazil.
Great content. I just don't know what's happening, and I asked Connor for the rest of the stream. Connor, what's in the comments?
What's in the Facebook comments?
Yeah. Well, hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully, the rest of the comments, they've been working for me thus far. This will be, again, riveting to hear in the audio format.
What's our trailer?
We got a trailer most recently for the Charlie Kaufman horror film, also premiering at Netflix. I'm thinking of Ending Things.
Yes.
For that. Man, this
got up to my most anticipated movie of the year.
This is like supremely.
Yeah.
It felt like Coen Brothers meets Lynch, and I was there for it.
It's Kaufman is such a weird filmmaker. He makes such strange stories, and to see him make something that is going to be, I guess, intentionally scary. And that's like it overly. All this stuff's kind of nightmarish.
It reminded me of a scary Eternal Sunshine.
Right. You know what I like about this? This felt very much kind of like one of those A24 trailers where I was like, I get a tone. I get
ratio.
Yeah, there's that. I get the tone and the atmosphere and like sort of the what it feels like. But I still don't really know what the hell it's about.
I will be staying up till 3 a.m. like the night before this drops. I will be staying up till 3 a.m. I will stay up because I'm sure this is like 2.5 hours. So I'll stay up till like 5:30 a.m. Watching this. I am so fucking stoked for it.
That sounds like either probably the best or worst way to experience this.
It's probably gonna be the best because I'm going to be slap happy, possibly drunk.
Yeah. This will definitely drop.
Taylor, I think we're 5 minutes behind because Alok's comment just popped up for me.
Really? Let me take a look.
This is cracking me up. I don't know if I'm going to get to the host review because I got a drink in the pool with my baby and Peter.
Oh yeah.
But what is the deal with the host being 55 minutes all in? In the U.S., a movie is considered a movie of 80 minutes plus. That being said, I really like the film, but is it a film or a short?
It's longer than a short film, but I guess technically shorter than a feature.
Yeah, so it's that weird gray area in between.
I think we'll get to it, of course. But I think it's very suiting to the movie that it's at that length. I think it's a good length for something like that. If there was an extra 30 minutes on it, it'd probably be a little too long. But it was good enough that I wouldn't want it to be shorter. I liked how much I got of it.
Should we just off the cuff just start talking about the host? I mean, break.
If Alok's in the chat and he likes host,
yeah, let's just start talking about the host.
All right,
break format. It don't matter.
Yeah, let's break format. Let's talk about it with Alok while he's in the comments.
It's just loosey goosey, and again, I'm going to have to depend on Connor to transcribe Alok's comments. Unless Alok wants,
they're starting to shoot in. Like I just got the last 4.
I thought the time. Well, first, let me just say I loved Host. I thought it was fucking terrifying. I think the length fits it because I mean, although with it being only 55 minutes, I still wanted more. but it could easily go very wrong if it went longer. I was fine with the time limit. I thought the scares were extremely effective. There were sometimes I thought I was like panicking. I thought it was so tense and scary. The scene with the mask just floating, like
loved that.
Oh my god! And like there's supposedly an ARG attached to the game or the movie. So I've watched it twice already. I'm trying to pick up on all these like Easter eggs that they're saying there are.
Yeah. The writer, Jed Shepard,
down, and I'm
Jed
like,
Shepard has been on Twitter teasing. I got the image for it. This login screen for the film. Nobody knows what this is or where to find this login screen, but he's been saying, "Oh yeah, you guys haven't even found a sliver of all the Easter eggs." And there's apparently this whole other interactive element that people haven't found, which totally scratches that J.J. Abrams Slusho 9 Inch Nails area of my brain that I love so much. I love that paranoid ARG thing.
I'm very excited for these filmmakers, the director and the writer. They're teaming up with Sam Raimi for a new film. I'm just so excited because I loved this. I thought it was terrifying. It scared the shit out of me for 55 minutes. Very effective. Very excited what they do with horror master like Sam Raimi. Like, for Christ's sake, dead shit everywhere. I love Sam Raimi. So for them to be working with Sam Raimi is just a dream come true because I'm sure they're going to scare the shit out of me even more. I loved it.
Yeah. Matt, did you watch this by chance?
I didn't get a chance to, no.
Okay, I was wondering because you were hanging out. I was like, does Matt got review stuff for us?
Nah, I've been I worked a lot of night shifts this week. I was originally actually supposed to be the night shift tonight, and then my supervisor messed up her ankle, so I got switched to the morning. So I'm just listening.
Quick, in regards to the is it a shorter feature? Jessica.
Wait, Jessica's in there too now?
Ray Jet.
My favorite ghouls in the chat, and I don't see it in real time.
Yeah, she me a motion picture arts and sciences defines a short film as an original motion picture that has a running time of 40 minutes or less, including all credits.
I'm pulling up the Facebook chat in a separate tab because I'm getting tired of
That's what I did. That's what I did.
Are going to be like the worst version of found footage, and exactly 1 year from now, the thing with 55 minutes is that a Zoom thing becomes so gimmicky. Did you guys like the second Unfriended movie? I thought it was good, and they were able to make that movie a real movie length of an hour 39. I loved Unfriended Dark Web. That was very underseen. They did this weird thing where they released 2 different versions of the movie to random theaters, so you never knew which ending you were going to get when you saw it. Some theaters got ending 1, some got ending 2. I thought that was really cool. It played with this more like sinister, realistic type storyline with the dark web, whereas the first one was more supernatural. What they did in that length, which was kind of on the longer end for horror movies, I thought it was very effective. I do think Host could be very effective at an hour 20. I still think it's been very effective.
I love that short, sweet run because we've said on this show plenty of times how much we love and will hang out for a long horror movie. And then I've watched this and I'm like, shit, you know what else is really great? A really short horror movie too. Because you just get that simple premise. You just dial it in. This is about a couple friends during quarantine doing a seance over Zoom and shit goes bad. And we're not worried about the character development. We're not worried about the world.
No.
And that's kind of the short film thing of it is interesting premise, get in, get out. I
gotta ask you. Okay, so spoilers. When the first seance and the what's her name? The leader of the seance.
I'll never remember, but yes.
Yeah. The older woman they bring in to guide them in the seance, she's attacked by something and then quickly goes off screen. And then
Is
comes
she
back.
attacked? It looks like a lamp falls down or something.
Do you think that was a lamp? It looked like an arm.
I should go back and rewind because that seems to be part of the way to enjoy this film is to go back and examine it.
Yes, and on the second watch, I still don't know what happened. It looks
So
like
you watched it 2 times.
yes, and it looks like an arm came down and did something to her, and then she comes back on later like nothing happened.
Do you think maybe she's possessed? She said, prepare for a possession, and we didn't really see that any other time.
Yes,
Maybe she's possessed.
Yeah, that's what I think. She was possessed and was kind of controlling things. I don't know. Get back to what you were saying. I just wanted to bring that up because all the things that I'm thinking about are coming to my head.
Yeah. Well, something I do want to say is we always knew this movie was going to exist.
I think you called it as soon as we went to quarantine.
We were
Yeah.
the day this movie happened.
It was a thing going on Twitter. It was like every screenwriter on the planet is currently working on their I'm quarantined in a haunted house movie. Everyone's doing that. And we also knew there was going to be Zoom movies. We knew this was going to happen. And we knew there was going to be movies about quarantine, coronavirus, etc. We've been clowning on Songbird from the Friends of Michael Bay since they announced it, right? But I never thought that that movie we sort of envisioned would actually turn out good. What a twist! That it could turn out being good. And great on these guys getting in and being the first one, making a good movie, because now you're gonna like I think Alok said in the chat that the Zoom format for found footage is going to become like a blight on us all. I don't disagree because you're going to see dozens of copycats. So first of all, kudos on getting in first, and even more so making a good movie. And also it's a good horror movie, and it was made entirely in Zoom, and it's during quarantine, but it's not really about quarantine. It's not a coronavirus movie. It's just, it feels like something that happened, a week ago in our universe, right? And that's the whole thing is these are a couple of friends who are quarantining. They're staying at home. They're doing a Zoom chat. They're bored, so they do a seance over Zoom. Simple idea. And again, it's not the first movie to ever do this. Again, we talk about Unfriended. There was the John Cho movie, Searching, a year or two ago.
Searching is the one that I've seen in this format, and I love that movie. I absolutely adore it.
Searching was one that made me go, "Oh, you could actually really make a movie like this."
And they did like an in-movie ARG with that.
They did, yeah.
A lesser format. If you pay attention to
there's an alien invasion going on.
There is an alien invasion going on as the events are playing out.
I can't put a look on the screen, but I see, next year we'll be groaning about Zoom movies because we're remembering how miserable we are on Zoom. That's the thing. I don't disagree. I think we're going to keep seeing these movies, and we're going to be so sick of it so quick and so over this.
Host will be picked up to be made into an actual feature length, like an hour and a half long movie.
I really like this. I hope not. I hope all this is a jumping off point. And it looks like it is because the director and writer and producer are all working with Sam Raimi on an original feature next. All I hope is this is a jumping off point, that blank check opportunity to get to make whatever they want when they're not so constrained. But also under these constraints, they made something pretty legit. And I would love to see that kind of the making of or behind the scenes of something like this, which probably doesn't exist in any format because the thing was that I guess they really were quarantined. Those actors were, the filmmakers were. It literally was made over Zoom in compliance with Zoom. Like the actual company helped them out with it. And that the actors never met up, save for, I guess, the two characters that meet up at the end. They sent the actors different things. All the special effects were done by the actors. They really coordinated the whole thing over Zoom, filmed it in Zoom, and then edited it after the fact, which is pretty damn remarkable. And it speaks to the true creative ability of those people. I guess the whole thing was based on a prank, a Zoom prank that went viral on Twitter of what it kind of ends up in the movie, which is that attic scene, going up to the attic and pointing the camera around. and seeing the 2 feet swinging, and none of the characters even see it.
That scared the shit out of me.
Scary, and none of the characters even see it or comment on it. You just see it.
They say, "What was that?" and then they just completely ignore it.
Yeah, a ton of good stuff in this movie like that. You mentioned the face filter thing. Loved that. And there is those little details you catch along the way that you see, but they don't see, like the one character's husband who gets dropped from the ceiling and dies. I saw him hanging way before they even did that. I was like, oh, is that just a little ghosty thing? It's not coming back up that somebody was hanging from the ceiling, and then 10 minutes later, boom, great details like that.
There were a lot of times where I just felt so scared, and that's rare because it's hard for a movie to scare me. Yes, a movie can make me jump or make me feel uneasy, but this made me feel scared.
Yeah, which I agree. And you know what it reminds me of? And I think when we were having a discussion of movies that scared us, I brought this up, but when I saw the original Paranormal Activity for the first time, and to Loke's point about we're going to be sick of Zoom movies, and I think we will. After that, I feel like we all got pretty sick of found footage movies in general a few years out from that movie. But seeing that for the first time, not knowing what's going to happen, enjoying this new sort of format and premise, this reminded me a lot of that. And that's special. That's a great feeling. And I think that's what they were aiming for. And also this has the benefit, I think most movies are best suited to see, obviously, in theaters on the biggest screen, the best surround sound. I think the best way to watch this movie is probably on your laptop with some headphones.
Your phone, yeah.
That's the most immersive experience.
I was just about to say that would make you feel more immersive and make you feel like you're a part of that call and wonder what's going on around you.
Yeah, exactly. So I think this is just that fire in the bottle thing. They made it quick. They made it really well. We're definitely going to see. There's probably 10 other people, 100 other people that are trying to make this movie right now. Yeah. And now that we've seen this, other people are seeing this movie, they're going to try to make it, and they're going to be, worse copies and all that. And I'm getting in.
Anything that comes out with Zoom is going to top this.
Yeah, I'm already going to feel like when I see another Zoom trailer for something.
I'm going to be like, well, it's not post.
I'm going to go, oh, yep, I already saw that. Nice try, So good on them getting this out, making it actually good and actually scary. Great performances in it. It feels very unscripted and real.
So what are you giving it? What are you giving it out of 5 webcams?
5 webcams.
5 webcams.
5 hanging boyfriends.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
The classic. It's hard to gauge this against. It kind of goes back to the discussion: is it a short? Is it a feature? It's hard to gauge this against your traditional feature film, but for what it is, I'm gonna put 4 hanging boyfriends in the ceiling.
I'm gonna do 5 hanging boyfriends.
5.
Perfect score.
As many as you could ever put up there.
Yeah.
Connor's ceiling's just stuffed right now.
I would. It's for what it is. It's like the greatest application of this, I think. I mean, look, maybe somebody will prove me wrong. I'll go, wow, there are some more legs on this thing and this concept. But I don't know. I think this might be it. They set the bar high, and everybody's gonna look like a scrub trying to meet it.
Alok says alien invasion taking place on a Zoom call. I fucking hope so. I'm dying for a good alien movie.
Invasion movie, yeah.
Alok put 4 hanging boyfriends in the sky, I believe. Gotta love that. Yeah.
Yep. Alok said 4 hanging boyfriends.
That's a great score.
Yeah.
They should put that up on the Chiron, up on the poster.
Yeah, I think I give it 5 because after watching it has that rewatchability.
Yeah.
And I liked it just as much, if not even more, the second time around. Especially trying to find everything that's hidden in it. It's so enjoyable. And it still scared me seeing it, even though I knew everything that was coming. Because I was so focused on trying to pick out these Easter eggs that when the scares do happen that I know are coming, it scares me. Because I'm so focused.
And just creative, inventive scenes, working within limitations. Some stuff as simple as shit flying around the room. I love the girl who's like, oh, I set this silly background. It's me. It's me in the background.
And then
you
you
back later.
Yeah.
It's fucking ingenious, man. You just those weird little things they had to come up with out of necessity because they weren't on a set. Those weird little details.
When something that's like simple as a chair being moved across the room is super effective here. It's so like I don't know. It just was so effective. Everything they did, it was just genius, and it was so well done.
Yeah, and I was saying to you when we were texting, I love that. I love that the one character who decides to flee her home in the midst of some sort of demonic invasion does still take a moment to put her mask on before she goes outside. I was like, yep, that really centers it in the right now, putting her mask on. But, took her time. She's like, yes, I don't want to get killed by ghouls, but no, I don't want to get my buddy sick, That's a good buddy. And she was kind of the shit stirrer of the whole thing. So
yeah, because she's the one that kind of pissed off the spirits.
Yeah, she
made a joke of it.
She ruined the seance. Which, by the way, I'm looking at the screen right now. We could do a seance on screen.
Nope.
She backs out immediately.
What better host review than by actually summoning a demon? Oh, Matt. Matt left the screen. Matt has left the chat.
I gotta agree with you. I do wish it was 80 or 90 minutes, but still super effective at 55 minutes.
Yeah, I almost wonder because it's just so tidy. I almost wonder if that extra 20 minutes would have been too much, and I'd be like, all right, we get the point. It just I really love that you get in, you get it, you get everything you want, and then you get out.
I will say, maybe a little bit backstory on the couple, or maybe a little bit more about Teddy could have been useful. I would have liked that. I feel like if they had a little bit more backstory on Teddy, it might have a little bit more.
Did you get this in your bedroom?
Because I think that would have been. I feel like Teddy could have been, that underdog that you're rooting for, and then it's kind of like a Jamie Kennedy in Scream 2.
Yeah, it's not a world building or character developed type thing, and that's okay. It still felt.
The scares are effective. I don't need to care about the characters.
And I'm looking forward to seeing how this ARG thing unrolls and what's behind the login screen and what else they've got cooked up with this. Loke's rooting for the seance, dude.
Yeah. Does anybody have a goat?
Got a goat to kill real quick?
Yo, so no seance. Not while I'm here. We all know the black guy's the first one to go. I ain't dealing with that shit.
I didn't prepare anything, but maybe August 20th when the load comes back, we can have a seance on.
I don't know about that one.
Maybe.
I'll throw some money down on a goat.
We got a goat. And then I also saw Jessica was saying, I can't put Facebook comments on the screen. It's driving me nuts because they're not loading on my end. But Jessica said she would probably be the type to hate this movie. I don't know. You might, but I think you would definitely scream at it. There's a lot of screaming to be had. It was spooking me. It was spooking me. I put 4 boyfriends on the ceiling.
All right, so we got 4, 4, and 5 boyfriends. So overall, if you don't already have a Shudder subscription, I don't know what you're doing if you are watching this show because half of the shit we watch is all on Shudder. So get Shudder.
We won't let that happen. We'll keep
we won't let that happen.
As long as we do it respectfully and nobody comes up with any lies and during our seance, then we don't have to worry about anybody being hurt. It'd just be a fun little bit.
Yeah,
it's a little fun bit. We could open up a 4th frame on the screen that the ghost could hang out in.
Yeah,
maybe they could buy some merch. We like Host.
We really like Host. We're sorry for breaking the format. We're gonna get back to our
what's next?
I think we said we were gonna do what we watched this week.
Yes, we'll get there. But all I'm thinking of ending things. I'm stoked for that. We're getting back to that trailer.
Yes. Jessica also said a respectful seance would be great, so we will plan on her coming in and helping us out with that on August 20th.
Get back to talking about. I'm thinking of ending things again. Sorry for breaking format.
Are we?
Chat about that about host.
Yeah, host is good.
Yeah,
and I'm thinking of ending things looks good, and it. I can't believe I'm about to just come back and talk about like, oh, that was just a little detour. That premieres September 4th on Netflix. I'm Thinking of Ending Things by Charlie Kaufman. Definitely going to talk about it on here, right? I got it.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Like I said, I'm staying up to watch that, and it's going to be fun.
There was one last trailer to talk about. Connor, did you? This was kind of a last minute addition. Did you get a chance to check out the trailer for?
I remember we watched the teaser for it, right?
That's correct. Yeah. I think that was back on the Daniel Isn't Real episode where we actually interacted in real time with a Rent-A-Pal video on YouTube. So if you don't know what this even is, you can go back and watch us guide you through it. But yes, there were these old VHS tapes for lonely people where your friend, you get a friend and you put him in your VHS player and he'd like talk to you about what he'd been doing lately. I don't know. Tell you what he was watching lately, perhaps even. Alok's out. He says it'll be on August 20th or whenever we want. Get the goat ready. We'll have him. We'll have him prepared. I have him prepared for you, Alok. Thanks for watching.
We're excited for you to come back on, and we're stoked.
Excited for whatever we're going to do August 20th. We're going to summon a ghost. We're going to talk about Lovecraft Country. We'll find out. But yes, Rent-A-Pal. This movie looks.
The Rent-A-Pal VHS interacts with him, like actually, like knows what he's doing in real time.
Yes, evil Will Wheaton on the screen.
Yeah, and it's Will Wheaton.
Yeah, this looks. I love a horror movie, or I guess any movie, but I love a horror movie that just finds this bizarre entry point, this weird angle. It really can be difficult to find a premise that's never been concocted before. Yeah. I gotta say, evil rent a friend VHS tape that's driving a lonely man nuts. Never seen that before.
Never seen it before. And it looks great.
Yeah, it looks like they have personalized conversations. There's definitely some sort of weird psychological element to it. Just looks fun. I love the part where the pal on TV what do you think that sounds like? And then the guy's like, that sounds pretty fucking weird. Like, I just seems like a cheeky.
Sounds kind of weird.
Yeah. Looks like a cheeky, weird time. That's coming from IFC Midnight. Rent-A-Pal looks awesome. I feel like I also want to commit to this and say we're going to talk about Rent-A-Pal on this show.
We're going to be talking about it. I'm going to be grabbing another beer.
He's getting another beer. Rent-A-Pal's available September 11th via VOD. So we will be looking at that when we can as well. Okay, well, in the meantime, what have you been watching, Matt?
I think while Connor's gone, it's the perfect time to take some shots at your client there.
Oh, my God.
Interrupting my show yesterday.
Did he?
My show, the great Who Are They Spin from the Real Schmodown reaction show. Hold on, Connor. I got some bones to pick. We'll have you right back in a minute.
Oh, he can hang out with us. He can listen in. I'll bring him back in.
What is this? I'm getting my own show?
No. Your client interrupted my show. I got no respect. He just came in, said his piece, and bounced. I can't deal with that, especially on my Schmodown show. It's not my fault. He's too much of a bitch to talk to me himself and talk like a man. He rather say his piece in dirt before anyone can respond. Your client's going down tomorrow. It's the Rager versus the Master, and the Rager's gonna get calmed down once again.
Okay. We'll save this for the main show. Jessica's comment. Did you see this?
I didn't see it. What did it say?
What? There's a lot of things wrong with it.
Taylor, what are you hiding?
You mean use my body again?
Yeah.
Implying there's been another time that a demon has used your body? Possession.
Taylor, what you do? What are you doing in your spare time?
I'm so confused.
No comment.
No comment.
No comment. You'll figure it out on August 20th.
Oh God.
And you'll figure out who the really trivia showdown champion is tomorrow night. It's not going to be hard to figure out when my client seals the deal.
This shortened lockdown type season, it's bullshit. We'll see who comes out on top on the full length extended season. This was
literally it was a tournament to figure out who's
Yeah. The Steam Demon's going to be swallowing everybody.
Oh God.
What about August 20th? Is he getting in the mix? Maybe that's what we're summoning. The Semen Demon. Unless he should never come on the show again.
Floats in your frame. Just shotgunning truth.
We'll see. I'm getting less of a clear picture of what August 20th will be like by the 2nd.
It's gonna be a fucking insane time, but it's gonna be so fun.
Whatever we had planned on August 20th, probably not doing that anymore. We're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna tentatively say here. Alok said that we should watch Dead Dicks.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Maybe whatever we have planned on the 20th movie-wise, we should push.
I think the 20th movie-wise was the first episode of Lovecraft.
We'll still discuss that, I think.
Yeah, we'll still discuss Lovecraft. We'll push whatever movie we were going to talk about and put Dead Dicks in there.
Okay, Connor, I see you trying to get out of watching Barge People. I see you.
No! I don't want that gross motherfucker in my life.
Yeah, we're getting on the barge one way or another. You just wait. I'm summoning a barge man.
September. Give me a whole month without that gross-looking asshole.
We're having a wet and wild August, baby. We're getting on the barge. Oh, I think I'm getting Facebook comments in real time again.
Matt, I see that bottle.
I never knew that you were possessed by a demon at that time, honey.
Yeah, this bottle is smells sweet as fuck.
I'm telling you, get on the sour beer train, 9.5%. It tastes like sour candy. You can drink it real fast. What's in that mug?
Nothing. I drank it all.
What was it?
It was a little Chardonnay. I don't know. I was trying to think of what it was precisely. No. It was.
I can't drink beer, otherwise I would do that though.
It was Francis Ford Coppola Chardonnay. That's what it was.
Ooh.
Fun story about Francis Ford Coppola and Taylor's favorite actor, Nick Cage.
Do tell.
Nick Cage actually sent my dad 12 bottles of his uncle's finest wine back in the day.
Really?
Yes.
Did George drink it all?
So what? He did a phone interview with him, and he just jokingly made a comment about how he loved Francis Ford Coppola's wine, and he mentioned the specific one and everything. And he didn't expect anything of it. And then one day, it was early winter morning. We get a delivery, and my dad's like, "Matt, go get what's at the door." And I was like, I want to say 8 or 9 at the time, and I couldn't really lift it. I'm like, "Dad, I need your help." He's like, "What are you for?" Yada yada yada. And then he tries to pick it up. He was like, "Oh, this is heavy," and we put it on the table. And there's somewhere between, I think it's 8 bottles of his finest wine, and a note signed from Nick Cage.
Tell me you still have that.
I'm pretty sure he still has the note. Yeah.
Jessica, no, it's not an IPA. It's a sour tripel. It's a sour beer. You got a 9.5 percent. Tastes like a sour candy, like a warhead almost. You can drink them really fast. What?
Really? It tastes like a warhead?
Yeah, it tastes like a warhead. You can drink them real fast. It's very sweet. I love it. After 2, I'm typically fucked up. The other night I had
9.5. That is no. That's not a joke.
4 of them the other night, and I was annihilated.
47.5.
Okay, but I'm drinking these fast.
I know. I'm messing. No,
I just got the good old. Don't give it to Lewis.
Only 130 pounds.
Yeah, you are. I can handle myself.
Alcohol affects me in a different way, Matt.
But no, to answer your question as to why I can't drink beer, it's because of my gout. I have gout, so beer does not mix well with me.
That makes sense.
Let me ask you guys something. What have you been watching lately?
I have watched the first season of Umbrella Academy. Or no, not the first season, the second season.
Yes.
I have watched the first season. I watched the second season, which is amazing.
Yes.
It's so fucking good. It is what Doom Patrol wishes it was. Umbrella Academy is it might be Netflix's best show. I
will agree with that. I compared to Stranger Things, I definitely have it on top of Stranger Things.
It is. It's based on the books by Gerard Way of My Chemical Romance fame. This show makes me want to pick up the books. I'll probably pick up the books very soon here and read those. But it's so fucking good. Ellen Page is great.
I think that's directed toward Matt and the bourbon, not Connor. Well, he's going. If it wasn't for Connor, it's going. Connor's downing the sour monkey.
I can't do it. It's so sour. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I watched the second season of Umbrella Academy. I've been watching New Girl still, and I watched Wolf Cop.
I've seen Wolf Cop. I think.
Yeah. And I also watched the Demi Moore classic Striptease.
Striptease.
Yeah, with Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, that was
Feminist classic. That's a good movie.
Good movie.
It's a good movie. No, it's good. I'm not shitting you.
Yeah,
it's good.
Matt, what have you been watching?
I got a decently long list of what I've been watching because I've been prepping for this championship match. So first off, I watched Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man Tell No Tales. I also watched Umbrella.
The newest one?
Yeah, the newest one.
Gross.
It's better than 2. It's better than 3 and no, it's not better than 2. It's better than 3 and 4. 4 is garbage.
No, the 5th one is the worst.
No.
Jessica has a huge Pirates head, so I need her to sound off in the chat.
Four with Ian McShane was utter trash, and this was closer to the original series.
No, it wasn't. It's so bad.
No, it's not.
I dozed off. I don't even remember how that ends. Isn't like the girl character, the actress, like supposedly someone's son or someone's daughter?
She's Barbossa's daughter.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then
spoilers.
No, Pirates. I'm not dissing Pirates. I love the first 4.
I love the first 2.5.
I love the first 4. I thought this last one was dog shit.
I love this last one compared to 4. I
really
hate 4. 4 is so bogged down, boring bullshit.
Jessica, what do you think of the most recent Pirates film in contrast to the others? Well, she's going to dropkick somebody. Oh, that's your answer.
It's probably me because I'm calling Pirates 5 dog shit, as I've called Finding Nemo dog shit, which it is.
It is. Other than those, I watched The Rocketeer. I watched.
Isn't who's in that? That's
Alan Arkin's in it.
Jessica loves all the pirate movies, so you're all wrong.
Yeah.
I'm brain dead right now. Who else is in Rocketeer?
It's an old '90s flick that honestly it wasn't that bad. It's
Bruce Campbell, isn't he? Isn't Bruce Campbell the Rocketeer?
Bruce Campbell. No, it is. Let me pull this up.
What was Bruce Campbell in? He's in the Rocketeer.
No, he's not.
I've never seen The Rocketeer.
Billy Campbell's in The Rocketeer. Billy Campbell's in The Rocketeer, not Bruce.
Ah, okay.
Jennifer Connelly, Alan Arkin, Timothy Dalton, Terry O'Quinn of Lost fame.
Yeah.
Because we are adding new categories going forward, and one of those categories is box office bombs, which both The Phantom and Rocketeer fall under. So I was watching those, studying for that, which I don't understand why The Rocketeer was a box office bomb. Maybe because it's not as well a known property as say Batman, which is why it was kind of made. If you have Disney Plus, I would actually recommend going to watch it. It's one of those interesting early 90s superhero flicks.
You know, I want to give you a lot of credit for studying ahead for the next season. Even knowing that tomorrow night on this channel at 6 p.m., you aren't going to win the championship against the Rager, my client. So it just speaks to your character that you're like, that's not going to get me down. I'm just going to look ahead and keep thinking. Just keep moving forward.
I'm more focused on trying to figure out how I can retain my belt, because I will be winning that belt tomorrow.
That's some fascinating fan fiction, Matt. You should post that on Reddit and see what they think.
Nah, but yeah. So I've been watching a ton of box office bombs. I watched.
You're so good at trivia. Name that movie.
The Exorcist.
All right.
You got him.
I guess you're the master.
Oh!
I watched fucking Green Lantern, for Christ's sake. So I watched The Goonies, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Green Lantern with Ryan Reynolds, the best DC movie ever made.
There he is.
The Batman, the Dark Knight trilogy. Just started the Harry Potter movies. Fresh rewatch of those.
This is all this week.
That's
and
all.
I've been watching a lot of basketball. The NBA restarted.
I will be getting on that starting tomorrow after the championship match.
Don't be sleeping on the Suns. They are coming for that 8th seed.
And we will be talking about it Monday on Final Buzzer, which was making its triumphant return now that we have some fucking sports back.
Looking forward to that. Absolutely. I love getting more content on this channel.
That has been since last Thursday. That has all been since last Thursday.
Yeah, I've been pushing for Final Buzzer to come back. I've been watching pretty much every game. I have NBA TV, I have Hulu Live. I've been watching pretty much every game, going back and forth, keeping up. It's been months without basketball. Basketball's my favorite sport. It's back.
You're probably who I'd be right now if it weren't for this title match.
Yeah. So I've just been watching basketball game after basketball game all day, every day. Sitting in the seat, working, watching. So that's what I've been doing.
Spoiler alert, but hey.
Jessica, biggest.
That's true. That's true.
Pirates game I know didn't care for those two movies.
The original trilogy. So
the original trilogy is great.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that away from it.
Taylor, what have you been watching?
Not a lot. And I'm also looking forward to the Margot Robbie pirate movie.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Yes.
Haven't watched a lot. Wrapping up that summer semester, I got a little bit of an interim. Still haven't had that much time to watch stuff. But Jessica,
can I tell you on a little secret?
Aren't you supposed to be studying with your client? How is your client supposed to be able to keep up when he's not even?
All right, keep that shit off.
No. Let me say, it's been made clear from the start that my client doesn't need to study. He was born with this information telekinetically beamed into his head by extraterrestrials.
All right, like I said, this shortened season is bullshit. And the regular season, the Seaman Demon's coming for everybody. He's going to swallow everybody. Can I let you in on a secret?
Yes.
All right.
Hold on. There's a John Cena commercial on TV.
John, shut up.
He has another TV show coming up.
All right, John showed up.
It's for Experian. He's got a contract with Experian. I watched Relic right before I came on.
Oh boy, so we're gonna get a fresh, hot take.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, guys, on this note, I do gotta go. But great, have a good rest of the show.
It was good having you on.
I will talk to you tomorrow, Connor, Taylor. I know I won't be able to because you're going to be having some fun in the woods. So don't die in a horror movie related thing. So
wait, what's tomorrow?
The REELY Trivia Showdown live special after the match, where we're introducing the new competitors and talking about the first matchups going into the start of the regular season.
Yeah, Fury's going down. Anyways.
Peace.
Oh my gosh. Was I talking about what I watched? Yeah, I was. So Jessica and I did go to the drive-in to watch Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, which also happens to be, I would say, probably her favorite film series of all time, Lord of the Rings. And I was so excited to go watch that with her. She saw The Shining with me a few weeks prior, so I was like, "You saw one of my favorites. Let's go see one of your favorites." It was the extended cut, and we both fell asleep.
Today?
No, it's her birthday tomorrow.
Oh shit! Happy early birthday!
I was definitely gonna.
Honor me for the first time a couple weekends ago. Had a lot of fun. I will say on this show, I cannot wait for a double date. We'll get to that eventually. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Double date seance, maybe.
Yeah. And honestly, here's a hot take. I like Lord of the Rings more than I like Star Wars.
It could be a hot take. Not.
I like 50% of the Lord of the Rings movies. I like maybe 60, or no, not 60. Like 30% of the Star Wars movies. I like maybe 3 out of 10. That's 30. Yeah, that's 30.
Look who's bringing it back to Star Wars.
I like the original Lord of the Rings trilogy. Not a big fan of the Hobbit trilogy, but so that's 50 v 30. So I like Lord of the Rings more than I like Star Wars. I'm sorry.
Had Matt still been here, that would have been a whole tirade. But we can just
he's not here.
We can just gently take that. We can just bottle it. And
we won't talk about it again. We'll move on.
But we both fell asleep during Fellowship of the Ring.
Did they have the extended version, or was it?
Was the extended cut?
Okay, so 3.5 hours.
We got up past the Balrog, and then we both kind of snoozed a little bit. I was really sad though, because I was so excited to go see one of her favorite movies. So I really felt bad that we were snoozing on that. I also hadn't seen Lord of the Rings in years, any of them besides the Hobbit movie. So I was excited to see it finally. But
here's a fun fact: The Hobbit is the first movie I saw by myself.
Oh,
and I fell asleep. I did not like it. I did not like the Hobbit trilogy at all. I think it's an absolute disgrace on the original Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Disgrace. Yeah, I mean, I definitely didn't care for. I didn't care for it as much as the Lord of the Rings movies.
Is good in anything he does. He can make the best out of any bad movie that he's in.
We also watched To Wong Fu.
Oh yeah, hold on. I'll get to Wong Fu in a second. And Taylor can account for this. We saw The Fate of the Furious together.
Yes,
and Luke Evans shows up towards the end. You think he's dead from the last movie. He shows up in the 8th movie. I got so fucking excited. I was screaming in the theater. I was like, fuck yeah!
It's true. I could confirm this.
Yeah. I got people in that theater.
Yes. We also watched To Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, which I'd never seen before. It was a movie I'd known about, and I do you know what that is?
Is that with Dustin Hoffman?
No, it's with Patrick Swayze, John Leguizamo, and Wesley Snipes.
That's about the drag queens, right?
Yes, they play 3 drag queens.
I was thinking of the Dustin Hoffman drag queen movie, but I think I have seen To Wong Fu on TNT.
I thought this was, so when it came up, I said this has to probably be the worst, the most poorly aged movie of all time. Right? Yes, a movie from the early 90s about drag queen. I just the title was troubling. I was like, what is this? Dusty was like, no, this movie's great. It's funny. It's heartwarming. And you know what? She was right. To Wong Fu's pretty good movie. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Three, I would say, really strong performances that don't feel disrespectful or problematic to me.
There's some movies that come out, because that was like 93, 94, right?
I'll take your word for it.
There's some movies that come out, like Striptease, that come out in the 90s that you're like, oh, this is going to age poorly, when you watch it in 2020. And then you watch them back, and they're actually really fucking good.
Yeah, it's
Like,
prescient. People
watch that. Like, it's on HBO Max. Watch it. It's a really strong feminist movie.
Yeah.
You watch it. It's a very strong feminist movie. It really is.
To Wong Fu, thanks for everything. Julie Newmar is timeless. And I guess I agree.
There's some movies that come out in the 90s that you think would age poorly, but they're really done well.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
95. I knew it was early 90s. I couldn't remember if it was the year before or after I was born, because I have seen Tu Wong Fu. I just couldn't remember. And it's weird because I base everything in the 90s, like either before or after I was born. So I couldn't remember if that movie came out before or after I was born.
Uh-huh.
I knew it came out the year before or after. So
Wong Fu not only aged well, but still felt pretty relevant. You could like have made that movie this year.
Yeah.
So check out Wong Fu. I think that was on Netflix. If you haven't seen Wong Fu before,
is it on Netflix?
I think that's where we watched it. It was streaming on something.
I'll check it.
Check it out. Give Wong Fu a
I haven't seen it in like 10 years, probably.
strong RuPaul cameo.
Oh, wow.
That was my other thing. I was like, damn, RuPaul's been like a thing
RuPaul
for
was
this
in
long.
that?
Yeah,
That famous for that long? Holy
that's
shit.
exactly what I said. I was like, I had no idea. Like RuPaul had been out here doing his thing for so long.
We had to Mia Jovovich.
Man.
Wow, he was in that year?
Yeah, 95, and he's looking good. Prime RuPaul.
Hell yeah. I'm going to watch it.
And you know what else I watched? Movie called Relic.
I watched Relic too, like 2 hours, 3 hours ago.
Yes, this is strangely somehow this is maybe the most off the rail episode because it's random. It's just like they threw all of our ideas in a hat.
Yeah, we went fucking off the rails on this one. I really thought this was going to be under 2 hours. It might go over 2 hours depending how long this is.
Maybe not too much. We'll see. You think you get, on this show, you think you get all your Wong Fu chatter out real quick. As soon as the show begins, like, oh yeah, they're going to talk about Wong Fu.
We had an opportunity to interact and talk with Alok. If we had that opportunity, we're fucking taking it.
No, this is great.
The format was disrupted, but I'm happy to do it.
That's okay. I'm having a great time. Oh yes, and there's also a very strong Robin Williams cameo.
Yes.
And Wong Fu. We're still talking Wong Fu. Now we're talking Relic. The latest from IFC Midnight. New horror film about a mother and her daughter going out to visit grandmother who has actually recently gone missing. So they've gone to her home to investigate what happened to her. She returns home covered in dirt, a whole mess. And they start to suspect, oh, grandma has dementia. She is talking to people who aren't there. She's remembering things that never happened. She doesn't know who we are. And debating how are they going to put her in a home? Are they going to bring her back to live with them? And as things progress, it becomes increasingly questionable. Is grandma experiencing dementia? Or is something unexplainable truly occurring here? Maybe her thoughts and ideas are not just delusions. So, Connor, you got it real fresh.
I don't know how to think about, what to think about this movie. It made me sleepy.
Sleepy. Okay.
Yeah.
A classic Hobbit scenario.
It seems like things happen and they just happened. Just for the sake of driving the story. I don't know. I just thought it was all right. It seems like things just happened to happen, and then it ended.
I'm actually a little surprised to hear you say that.
I was really looking for this. I thought I was going to love it, and I watched it. Maybe that's the classic, going in with too high of expectations. But I just thought it was okay. I thought there were some effective scares. I did like the body horror element of it. When the mom was standing on the chair, peering into the bathroom and seeing the grandma scraping at her chest, I thought that was very creepy.
Yeah.
But there were just some scenes that just seemed like they happened just to fill time. The wood scene where the mom is eating the pictures, or the grandma is eating the pictures, just scenes like that just seemed like they happened just to fill time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm sure there's a deeper allegory to the movie, but I just don't care to know what that is. Like I don't know. I'm very disappointed because I really wanted to like this movie. It made me sleepy, and some of the stuff just did not make me want to care about anything that was going on. There were some good scares. Don't get me wrong. There's some really good scares in it, and I love body horror. There's some good body horror elements in this. But overall, like the ending, I just don't know. Like, of course, the mom is gonna have a black spot on her. Like, if you don't know, like this like black mold, if you haven't seen the movie, and you don't want to see it, spoilers. There's a black mold that's pretty relevant in the movie.
It's kind of it's sort of representative of, the evil, the antagonist is there's this mold that's building in the house and on people.
And
grandma.
at the end, the mom says she can't leave the grandma. She has to stay there. And so the daughter of the mom, the granddaughter, she comes in, and there's like supposedly a happy ending where they come to terms with everything that's going on, but the mom has a black spot. Of course that's going to happen. I called it. I knew the mom was going to come down with whatever. And I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure there's a deeper allegory. I just don't care to know what it is.
So I
thought this was a throwaway movie. I'm very disappointed. I really wanted to like it. I just thought it was okay. I thought it was okay.
So this is fascinating because I feel like, unless I'm forgetting something, this might be the first time that you and I are not really on the same wavelength on a movie on this show. We've definitely disliked stuff, but I think you and I usually dislike it together, or we love something together, or we've had other people come on who didn't like stuff, but we still feel the same way. Because I'm on the other end. I actually really liked Relic.
Okay.
And I think this reminds me again of and this feels like it's definitely going for that. We talk about elevated horror audience or subgenre, because this did remind me of that A24 thing of market it like a horror movie, market it as some sort of conventional horror movie, and then all the people come in and watch it, and they're thinking it's going to be, The Conjuring or Insidious or something like that, and it's something way different. It's kind of the Ari Aster thing. It's It Comes at Night is the big one I remember. Where people like,
that's the
first,
this split on audience scores where you're expecting this zombie thriller, this zombie horror movie, and it's more of a family drama.
There's like no literal monsters in it. You don't even really know what the deal is.
And see, this is the thing. I really like It Comes at Night. I think I knew what I was getting when I got It Comes at Night, because I knew what A24 is. I'm with Relic. I knew I wasn't getting a straight up horror. I knew it was going to be like this elevated horror, which is kind of, we've already talked about. It's kind of insulting the horror, because that's saying that horror is less than. But, it's that horror that has a deeper meaning to it. And I just still didn't like it.
Interesting, because that's what I would, had this got a traditional theatrical release, as I'm sure was originally planned, that's probably, I think, what would have happened. And it is one of those where you see like the critic scores high and the audience scores low, and whenever that happens, either that or vice versa, I go, okay, I got to see what's going on here, because I might love this, I might hate this, but apparently there's no middle ground. So something interesting is happening in this movie. And it seems like this kind of has the same thing. I haven't looked too deeply into how people are reacting to it, so I don't know for sure, but I imagine that's probably happening with this movie too, as people are renting it thinking it's a traditional, scary, spooky movie. And
here's the thing. I've been up since about 8:30 in the morning. Do you think I should give this movie another chance?
Well, yeah, maybe. It sounds like maybe you should. I don't know. It might be difficult to come back and do it again after.
watching it right before the show, maybe I was kind of just rushing. Maybe I was like, get to the point. Do you think I can watch it again and watch it with a clearer mind?
I'd be interested to hear, if you got the time to give it another spin and see what
I'll say right now, I promise I'll watch this movie again. I have it for another 30 hours.
Yeah, it's true. Okay.
I'll watch it again. Next week, I'll come in with a fresher take.
Yeah.
Maybe it changes my mind. Like I said,
and if it doesn't,
I watched Host twice. I liked it even more than I did the first time.
Some movies are better the second time around, yeah.
So maybe I watch this another go around. Maybe I like it more. I will let you know on the next episode.
All right.
Right now, I give it 2.5 black spots.
Damn. 2.5 black spots. I'll definitely give more spots. And look, if next week you come back and you still don't like it, there's nothing wrong with that. We're not like I've always stressed, we're never beholden to liking the shit.
When there's a divide on,
you got to give Finding Nemo another look.
Because I had Finding Nemo drilled in my brain when I was a kid at school. With school and Sunday school, we always watched Finding Nemo. I don't know why. Science, Finding Nemo. History, Finding Nemo. Sunday school, Finding Nemo. Home, Finding Nemo. I fucking hate Finding Nemo. But with Relic, there's an audience divide here between both of us. Usually we're on the same page. Maybe my attention wasn't there. I'll give it a second watch. When there's an audience divide, I'm willing to give it another try. Watch it time. So I'll come back next episode and give an updated review. The first time this has ever happened on this show where I'm back and watch a movie a second time that I didn't like and give an updated review.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm interested to see how that plays out. Because I really did like this a lot. This felt similarly to how I was saying I'm thinking of anything looks very much like my shit. This, I think, was also very much my shit. This is the kind of movie I really love, which is also the kind of movie a lot of people really hate, and that's totally fair.
Me and we've talked about this personally together. Like, it seems like we're like the same person. We like the same stuff. Like, we've had the same experiences in life with our late night adventures into IFC.
Yeah, we have some weird things in common.
And like Fuse and all this stuff. And like, we're pretty much the same person, and it's just destined that we have a podcast together.
Yeah.
So we like the same stuff, and you really like this. So maybe, I was just too tired. My brain wasn't all together there while watching the movie. Maybe I do need to give it a second chance, and I'm willing to do that.
Okay. So I guess we'll be talking about Relic a little bit more next week. We get what we call it, the really scared replay or something.
Yeah, we'll introduce a new segment. But I really wanted to like this, and I just didn't. Like I said, it made me sleepy. But you didn't have that issue, so maybe.
I've been very sleepy all week. I'm very tired this week.
A long day, and I was rushing and just, thinking get to the point, and just didn't sit down and enjoy the movie.
I could understand that because it definitely is one of those slow burn.
And I've explained this before. I love slow burn. Right. I love long movies. And Jessica, yes, you watch it too. Maybe we can have a discussion about it. Maybe I can have my re-review, and you can have a review of it, and we can do that like at the top of the episode.
Yeah, we could take another look at it. I just want to take another look at you.
Yeah, but first look, 2.5 black spots.
No,
what do you?
Because I'm going 4 black spots.
You're going 4 black spots. Holy shit! Okay.
I liked it a lot, and again, I'm surprised that you didn't like it as much, but I wouldn't be surprised that somebody didn't like it that much. I'm just surprised specifically with you because we are so much on the same page usually. No, I liked it a lot, and I think it does have that setup of like, oh, does grandma have dementia, or is something otherworldly occurring here? That's kind of the setup. And then when you watch it,
I knew it wasn't dementia because they kept playing back to that black spot.
So here's the thing though, is obviously it's representing it in a more visually and cinematically interesting way, but I think really clearly the film just is in fact about dementia. And it is about watching somebody you know and love and have all this experience
because
falling apart.
All that skin at the end, which I thought the ending was very beautiful. I just thought the black spot on the mom was just obvious. But
that's the thing, right?
There's a deeper allegory that I didn't get right away.
So for me, I think it, that's what it is, a movie about. It's a horror movie based on dementia and the experience of knowing somebody with it,
which a lot of people don't like.
Yeah,
but I personally love Babadook.
That's kind of the same thing, right?
In personally, Babadook scared the shit out of me. It took several tries for me to finish it, because when there's a scene early on in the movie when she looks like across the way to the neighbors, and she sees the Babadook like enter the room of her neighbor, and that scene always got me and scared the shit out of me, and I had to turn it off. And this is 3 years ago. I'm an adult, and that still scared the shit out of me. So I loved the Babadook, and that was more of a movie about grief and all this. So maybe I just need to give this movie another try, and I'll watch it again, going with it in mind.
Maybe. And look, to your point, I loved the movie. Did I think it was scary? No, I wasn't scared while I watched it. But I think I was definitely feeling the things I think the movie wanted me to feel. It was aiming to inspire an audience. So I thought it was effective in that way.
There are effective scares. Her crawling down the hallway at the end.
Yeah, all your horror stuff is kind of packed in the last sort of 5 to 10 minutes. And
I think
this movie also had
pretty effective.
The movie also had what I a couple weeks ago was saying I wished You Should Have Left had, which was playing more on impossible space. Bella Heathcote's character, she's the daughter in the movie, the youngest daughter. She's like investigating.
Right?
What's that?
Sam?
Yes.
Daughter? Yeah.
She's investigating the house and finds these hallways that they never knew were there, and
I love that part.
The architecture of it's impossible.
Do with that made me sleepy.
Yeah, it definitely takes its time getting there, but I was okay. I thought there was a lot of great scenes leading up to that. I loved the scene with the grandma eating the pictures and having that meditative moment with her daughter, the mother character, but her daughter out in the wilderness. And I do think this is a movie about dementia. It's a sort of metaphorical horror movie lens on what it's like. I'd be interested to know whether the filmmaker has had that experience, or maybe at least the screenwriters had that experience. I
don't think so, with it being so personal.
It seems very personal, and about
on that topic, they would have something to do with that.
Yeah. Having somebody close to you, and they had said pretty clearly that the grandmother's father, there's a cabin on the property that he went and lost his mind in. Sound like, okay, he also had dementia. He also had Alzheimer's.
See, what I got from the movie, I could be wrong, but I got that they built the house around the cabin, and that's where the impossible space came from.
Ah, okay.
And always they built it around the cabin where the grandpa supposedly died, or the great grandpa.
Maybe I hadn't picked that up. I know they said the stained glass
right away, because before she got into that hallway, they were looking at the sketches, and they were talking about that cabin. The daughter never heard of it, and she was like, "Oh, this is cabin my great grandpa lived in. He lost his mind. He wasn't cared for." And then, like a couple scenes later, she finds herself in this impossible hallway that you didn't know existed.
Yeah.
And you had that black spot that it kept like having these random flashes to, this like black silhouette. Mm-hmm. So that's what I got from it. I don't know if you did.
I hadn't seen it as like they built around the cabin. I know they said they took the stained glass, brought it into their house, and put it in the infrastructure of the new house. I remember that from, and I think it was, I think ultimately what's happening there, again, representing it in a more cinematic way, a more visually interesting way, with the mold and the looming figures in the background and stuff. Because there never is a moment where
your brain kind of becomes a maze.
Yes, you get lost. You lose track of where you are, who the people
feel
in
like
your life are.
you're deteriorating.
Yeah, and your family is trying to figure out how to navigate around that, and there's no clear path on how you're supposed to treat that. Sometimes you love them so much, but you get upset with them, you get angry with them.
So maybe if I come in on a second watch, sorry, beer.
Oh, God.
With a fresher perspective and a more rested mind, maybe I'll like this movie more, because the way you're talking about it makes me wish I liked it more. Maybe I will like it more on a second watch.
Maybe, but it's okay if you don't. It's okay if we found the one thing, just Relic. Everything else, we're on the same page, but not right. And that maybe we are. Maybe we'll find out that we are.
4v 2.5 black spots.
Yeah, that's a big
first time that we've really disagreed on something.
Yeah. So fascinating. I didn't come in here expecting that to happen. So interesting that we got there. Yeah. I loved Relic. I'll be curious to see hear what you think next week.
Next week, we're talking about, not only will we be talking about my second viewing of Relic, we'll be talking about The Beach House, we'll be talking about Sea Fever. A double
two very
aquatic body horror.
Two very similar images from two different movies about yucky stuff happening at the ocean. Two distressed women looking over there. What do they see? We'll find out next week. What are they seeing? Beach House is exclusive to Shudder. So it was said
Hulu.
And Sea Fever's on Hulu. Yeah. So these are two movies. You don't have to go the VOD route. You can stream these. If you don't have a Shudder account or you don't have a Hulu account, obviously you can find free trials of both of those. We've recommended Shudder on this show time and time again. I mean, if you don't have it, you can also watch Host over there, which we unequivocally both loved. So go see Host if you still haven't. Watch Beach House while you're there. Watch Sea Fever. Two movies about body horror and monsters and parasites and infections, etc. All taking place on the sea. Connor's going to go get the sour monkey out of his body real quick while I wrap up. Go on, my friend. Go on. Just me. Just you and I. We don't get to do this much. Just you and I. Myself and the audience. If you're an audio listener, then it's just me on the screen. You're just hearing my voice. We don't get to do this too often, so it's nice to just be alone for now. Maybe Jessica's still in the chat, so it's the three of us, and that's still pretty intimate. But no, we got a good show next week. We've got two. I love scary stuff in the ocean. I love body horror. I'm really looking forward to these two movies. And let it also be said, don't forget, we got another book of the month, baby. Paul Tremblay's Survivor Song. We're talking about this August 27th. This is a either illy or wonderfully, masterfully timed pandemic horror novel. I love Paul Tremblay. He's one of my favorite current authors. So I'm really happy to be reading this. I'm really excited to be talking about this on the 27th. And you've got plenty of time. If you're not reading this already, you got plenty of time to find a copy and join us on the 27th, because we love bringing people on to talk about the books on the screen. I mean, in the chat's cool too, but on the screen, I love bringing new people in. Last week we had my good friends Adam Wassel, Matt Sarabak come on and talk Lovecraft Country. It was potentially one of the best conversations we've ever had on this show. I had a great time. And you can obviously go back and listen or watch that as well. But had a great time with those guys. I'm thinking we will have a couple guests to talk about Survivor Song as well, and I would love for you to be one of them. So if you're not reading that yet, you got plenty of time to pick it up and check it out. Jessica cannot wait to be creeped the fuck out with these two body horror, parasitical, aquatic horror movies. That is my favorite ghoul right there. She said it so well. I can't wait to do that either. And it is, and if I'm plugging away, if I'm promoting stuff, let me take a moment. It was hinted at before, but let me just promote that tomorrow is in fact my favorite ghoul, Jessica Nieves. It is her birthday. It's her birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday. I love her so much. Connor returned. He's giving her a round of applause. I can't wait to have a great birthday weekend with you, honey. What else we got? Tomorrow is also, yes, it is the Really Trivia Showdown where my client, the Rager, will in fact be winning the championship fight against Matt the Master Thomas. That goes live at 6 p.m. tomorrow.
It'll be live or
that's pre-recorded.
It'll be pre-recorded, but it'll be on. Will it be airing on Facebook?
It'll just be on the YouTube. It's going to show up as a premiere video
on YouTube or Facebook.
Yes.
You can find our YouTube link on Facebook at our channel.
Matter of fact, we're not even talking about Relic, so let me fix the banner here. Boom! We got the socials down there.
Yeah, there we go.
Got the socials down there at the bottom. So tomorrow, 6 p.m., championship match at the Really Trivia Showdown.
And then afterwards, we're having a live. Hopefully, it goes on till 9 p.m. I work till 9 p.m.
Starting at 7.
Starting at 7. Hopefully, it goes on till 9. I'll have to talk to Matt, the master, because the Seaman Demon has something planned out. I have talked exclusively with him. I know we both look alike, but we are related.
So you were saying, it's so interesting how you and I are always on the same page. So people have been saying you're the Seaman Demon?
I'm not the Seaman Demon.
And you're not?
I'm not.
Isn't it so annoying?
It is really annoying.
Wow.
Thank you, Jessica, for the plug. You're amazing.
Really is.
But no, we're twin brothers. The Seaman Demon is...
Wow, this is breaking news!
Yeah. He's wild. I'm more contained. We both like alcohol, but I think that's genetic.
If you're the contained twin, then I'm very afraid to find out.
Walls, if you watch the Seaman Demon episode, he just doesn't give a shit. I tried doing his shotgun routine with G Fuel, and I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he can, compose himself afterwards and go on a match, because I couldn't even just hang out with my friends after shotgunning a G Fuel. He shotgunned alcohol. I don't know. But
tomorrow, people might get a new glimpse of the Seaman Demon.
Yeah, he's got some. From what I've understood, he has some words for the new competitors and the existing competitors, because I'll side with him. I think he's gotten the shit end of the stick during his matches.
I hear you.
So I think the next season he's gonna have a good year.
Jessica can't even handle the Rager. You and I both, man. He's hard to manage sometimes.
You know what? I'll say here. I would not be opposed to a Rager and Seaman Demon team up.
We'll see. I don't negotiate these kinds of things on air.
I don't know. They're very similar. They're very chaotic.
I don't negotiate these things on air.
I don't know if that chaos would merge well together or just be a complete dumpster fire, but we'll see. We'll see how they interact with each other.
Maybe we'll see.
I'm just saying, I personally would like to see that. We'll see if it actually happens. I don't know.
We'll see. Tomorrow, 7 p.m.
Nasty boys, so I don't know.
It does sound pretty nasty. I can at least give you that much. Tomorrow, yes, 7 p.m. There will be after the championship fight. There will be a live stream, at least on YouTube. That one might make it to Twitch and Facebook as well. But on our YouTube, there is going to be a stream introducing the new competitors into Season 2 of our Really Trivia Showdown. I think some of the old ones are going to be showing, not the old ones, but the current ones are going to be showing up. I don't know if Rager's going to make it because I got a feeling he's going to be too busy celebrating his championship win. We'll see if we can squeeze it in his schedule, but the guy likes to party, and he's going to have a lot of reason to.
He likes to party. He likes the shotgun Trulies. He likes to live it up.
I'll
personally, the sour beer guy. I'm not really into the seltzers, but he's really into those seltzers. He can shock like nobody's business.
We'll see. Tomorrow night, you can watch the Rager win his title fight. Tomorrow night, you might hear from the Seaman Demon. And tomorrow night, you're going to get to meet a lot of new competitors as well. So there's tons of reason to come back to this channel and watch more Who Are They content. And next week, we'll be talking about the Beach House. And next week, we'll be talking about Sea Fever here on Really Scared.
Don't forget, August 20th, we're going to be talking about the first episode of Lovecraft Country, which we shared our thoughts about the book on the previous episode. If you missed that, we clipped it conveniently for you. There is a highlight channel that our good friend Nick Malbeck has curated for us. So he clipped that. You can find our full review with Taylor's friends and our guest from last episode. We all share our thoughts on the book. And we're excited to talk about the show. And Alok is going to be jumping back on the show.
Alok's going to come on. We're going to have a seance.
And we're going to be talking about 1BR coming to Netflix.
Very exciting.
1BR, we've shared our thoughts about it. That was our first episode. We loved it. So if you have not had the chance to see that, and you have a Netflix account, you can watch it on August.
We'll find out.
But
find out on the 20th.
It's a must watch. We're very excited to talk to Alok again. And we're going to be talking about Dead Dicks.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
Me neither. Sounds fantastic. So it's recommended by Alok. So we had an update in our watch list. Dead Dicks is going to be August 20th, along with the first episode of Lovecraft Country. So it's going to be a good episode.
It's going to be a fantastic episode. I'm looking forward to it.
It's going to be off the rails. I'm going to be getting a bottle of wine because the first episode, the episode we talked to Alok, he was drinking his quarantine wine. I'm going to be getting a bottle of wine. Hopefully we're all drinking wine and just getting nutty.
Just no more of that sour monkey.
Yeah, no more of the sour monkey. This has got me fucked up.
Yes, it does. Guys, thanks for watching tonight. If you catch us after the fact, thanks for listening. Always appreciate it. Check us out every single Thursday night with all your horror movie news.
Yeah, seriously, if you're not watching us, what the fuck are you doing on a Thursday night? If your excuse is, I have to go to bed, I have work, why aren't you listening to us Friday morning?
I have to go to bed I don't have to go to work tomorrow, but I normally do have to go to work on Friday, so I'm doing the show.
Friday morning, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and SoundCloud, so there's really no excuse for you to not be watching or listening to us. If you haven't, like we said at the top of the hour, the best content is coming from Who Are They Real Network. Fucking watch us, listen to us. I really believe we will blow up soon. I think we have great channels. We have great personalities, great content. So you're missing out if you're not watching.
Teespring.com/WAT-
your merch.
REEL-entertainment for your Who Are They merchandise, cheaper than ever and a more curated selection than you've ever seen before. It's worth your time. And it's worth that hard-earned dollar. Support your favorite shows, support your favorite trivia competitors. We got a lot of stuff to enjoy there.
And you know what it's been? It's been really scared. And
I feel like we've been wrapping up the show for 45 minutes.
As always, stay spooky.
Stay spooky. And as always,
ghosts.
I love you too, Sugar
Ghouls
Butt.
and goblins. Sorry, I'm very drunk. I got that mixed up. Ghouls and goblins.
And as always, happy birthday, Jessica.
Happy birthday.
Good night, guys.